Hi, welcome to Tangle and Inspire. My name is Ashwarya Darba. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. I live in Pune, India. And today we are looking into the 24th day of Zen Log 31, May 2020. So before I jump into the Tangle pattern, I just want to give you a brief intro of what we are doing. So we are presently doing Zentangle journaling. It is hosted on my Facebook group, Tangle Inspire Club. You are free to join the group and Zentangle along with so many tanglers across the globe. And so that's it. And so let me just start and explain to you as to what tangle that we are doing. Today we are looking into the tangle called XLNT. It is from my friend Jody. Jody G. That's what I call her. So she's an excellent artist. She's a very loving person, and we haven't met on in person, but yes, virtually we have been connected past 4 years and more actually. So Jody is wonderful artist, and I appreciate a lot with how giving and supportive she is for the Tangle and for the Zentangle community. And so today we are looking into another pattern, that is XLNT. And so the pattern is looks a bit complicated. It requires a bit more attention from you, so you would have to pay attention of what it is, but it is very simple. It is all about auraing. So once you deconstruct the pattern in the initial deconstruction, you just keep auraing and auraing, and please feel free to rotate your journal book or even a Zentangle that you are using, or a paper, pen, whatever. So it is please keep rotating, feel free, keep your hands very smooth and easy, hold your pen very lightly. So these are the little suggestions I would like to give you. So it was very nice for me today morning to start tangling on my journal book. In fact, I was very happy that I had almost finished the first part of the book, and now I'm moving into the second page of the string. So I created 2-page string this time, and it was really fun. The portions are quite large enough, so it takes a bit longer time for me to tangle. Probably each tangle takes me about 1 hour. So I would really suggest you to take time and create your strings. So if this is your first time and you are creating string, so I would like to say that please create small or big. You can create. In fact, I didn't try, but I really want you to create small and big strings. So some circles you can keep it small, and some circles you keep it large. And since you already know how many tangles that we have worked in this string 3, so you would know where exactly and how to put it. But presently, me and the tanglers on the Facebook group are just doing the impromptu. Wherever we feel, we start tangling, and however it goes, and we are taking the journey in a surprise way. And I'm very happy to do this also. So you can plan a bit on your Zentangle journal, or you can just do an impromptu like us. So it all depends upon you. And sorry for if I'm speeding it too much today. I think I'm talking a bit too fast since it is coming just in a flow. But I'll try to just slow down now. And so today's topic, I didn't plan much what to talk what to discuss with you. I had some different plan. Probably I wanted my daughter to actually tell a story to you guys. But there has been a little hitches due to probably the time and even the with the way it is coming. So she said, "Mom, please give me 1 or 2 days. I'll just prepare myself and come again." So that is the reason. So I didn't think about the topic that I'll be discussing. So it just a few minutes before I started with the editing video, I thought, okay, what to talk. And so I just want to start sharing with my journey of drawing and not drawing. So why did I stop doing art? So I started with Zentangle when I was 32 years old, and it was a long gap of almost 18 years that I had even touched any pen, pencil for sketching or drawing, painting, anything. Earlier when I was in school, I used to paint and draw daily. If not daily, at least occasionally once a week. So that was my favorite hobby all along. I used to simply copy, or sometimes I used to just draw from whatever came in my mind, and just file those papers and keep it within my file. So I would like to share something about me, that I'm a very I used to be very shy person, and art was very personal to me. I never thought art should be shared or shown to others. I was not somebody like that. So when my friends, family, they used to talk about different skills, I would not talk about what skills I held. I always had within me. I would just simply say, okay, I draw sometimes, and I'm happy. I sing sometimes, like that. But never really shown any of my drawings or paintings to my friends, or even to my mom and dad or my sister. Though they definitely knew that I used to draw, but it was not something that I would be enjoying to show. And so my last drawing that I remember when I was in the mid-high school was that my teacher had challenged, had given us 1 month time to paint something, very large chart paper. We call it as chart paper, but it was a very large sheet of paper about the A1 size. And I was just thinking what to do, and I saw my mother's painting. My mother used to do a lot of oil paintings before I was born, and probably the last painting that she did after I was born is when I was 5 years old. Let me talk about that story a bit later, about my mother and me. So I had so back to the old thing, that on the day, so for the whole 1 month I didn't do anything. And I was somebody who used to be very lazy with drawings. So I never did drawing. If I have mood, I will draw, or else I'll just leave it. And but it was drawing, right? So it was painting, and I wanted to give a try. So on one fine day, I just removed my mother's painting. I kept it on the floor, and I sat to paint. Morning about 9 a.m. I started painting, and I didn't have a glass of water. I didn't have my meals, and I painted throughout 14 hours. The whole day. So I ended up the painting at about 11. I sketched the whole picture, I painted, and I finished. And it was really beautiful. And the very next day I went for my submission. and teacher was giving lot of critics, and my ma'am was very and happy that we had more than 25 submissions for the class of 65, and most students did on their own, but there were few students who had taken help from their parents or their cousins or somebody. So yes, at 14 years also there are students who do like this, especially in India, when art is not considered so beautiful, especially for boys. So they don't take it as a hobby or anything later. If it comes to them for any excellent to like as a job, or probably as an artist, if they want to make it, yes, they take a part. But I was in that part of city where people were always about business, so no boys would take up art. So okay, before I go into too much of details, I just want to rush it up. And my ma'am was very, very happy with what I painted. She was so surprised. She said, Aishwarya, I can't believe that you could draw so well and you could paint so well. And I was supremely happy with her comment. I felt very satisfied. Somewhere that feeling of gratification as an artist or as a student, that because all the while I was just creating art within, and I used to keep it in the file. And there was a teacher, and she really this was my last year in the drawing subject. Of course, from the 10th standard onwards, we didn't have any drawing. So, and I wasn't ready to take up drawing as a part of an exam. So that was my last meeting with my teacher, and she was so happy that I created this painting, and she appreciated. I got the highest in my class, and that incident was imprinted in my mind a lot. But I thought after this I would draw, I would paint, I'll take up a art school, or probably learn privately, help myself, tutor myself for creating more art. But it didn't happen. The 9th class, we ended with the 9th class, and we moved to 10th class, and we were all rushing up for the board exams preparation. That year it was very important for us to study, so I did not even touch, not even one single time I touched my pencils. I just kept everything aside. Even the painting that I did in my school, I just rolled it up and kept it in the shelf above. So I never painted. And then after my 10th exam, board exams, me and my friend, we tried to search for a teacher, and we found one. So I went along with her to the the private tutoring class, as we say in India. So but I didn't stick with it. Don't know whether it was time, whether it was the season. It was we were having summer. It was heavy summer time, and temperatures were rising more than 47 degrees. And to go to the teacher, the teacher was staying very far, and to go and take up a class was not so easy for me, and I gave up. And this was not the first time I gave up, or this is not the second time I gave up, I would say. I had given up art multiple times in my time before I discovered that I would really want to do art daily. It was that kind of story. I'm sorry if I'm making you a bit sad. It's not so sad story, but I would just like to let you know that each of us struggle to find what we want in our life. It is not going to come from a school or from parents, or probably from the society that we have presently constructed. It is going to come from within, and it is going to take time. So, and not always that we find in a good time, doctor ka beta doctor banta hai. They say that a doctor's kid will become a doctor, a scientist's kid will become a scientist, and a professor's kid becomes a teacher, professor, or he is in the education field. But or the engineers, it's the same story with the engineer students also. But for me, this was not the story. For me, it was quite a run to find what I wanted to do. And I had to give up art for so many reasons. Sometimes it was for monetary reasons, sometimes it was for peers, or probably it was just that I couldn't accept that I wanted to be an art, to do art daily, or to be an artist, to be a teacher, to whatever I am today. So it was a good finding. So I stopped creating art, and my main drawback, if I see, and it was that I never self-appreciated what I was doing. I thought it's just a hobby. It's going to come and go. I never self-appreciated of what I was not doing or giving time to. And so that was one of the reason. And I always told myself, I don't have a teacher. I didn't take an art school. I can't be an artist. So, I don't know how to teach myself either. So this kept going on repeatedly in my mind till I was years 32. My husband knew that I was painting. I used to paint earlier. He never saw my paints. Okay, there was a tragic incident when he and I met, and I wanted to show him the last painting that I did. He came to my home for the first time, and I was very excited. And it was then I discovered that my paintings had been eaten away by the termites. The shelf that I had kept, my painting had been completely eaten away by the termites. So there was absolutely no sign of the last painting that I did. And oh God, it was very devastating to know. And I still feel, but okay, I feel happy that I did someday, I did sometime, like I have done in my past, paintings I have done in my past. So knowing this is keeping me happy. So my husband knew that I was painting, but I would not take it up. He would say, take up something on your own. If you don't want to do your regular job 9 to 5, just take up something and do. If you are good with art, you please take up. I would really want you to, he always used to support me. He always wanted me to do something on my own, as it was his interest to do something on his own. But he wanted me to do. And I think not every time he motivates me in this way, in a loving way. I tell you, he's somebody who would challenge me also along a lot of time. So, but yes, he did tell me to take up an art, to take up art for me. And I would say, no, this is just a hobby. I'm just enjoying for my daughter, this, that. So 1 or 2 paintings, 1 or 2 drawings, sketches, something I would do for my daughter's school. She was in her kindergarten, and that's it. For some project or something, and then that's it. I would just keep my pen aside. And Zentangle happened. if you had listened to my last blog, I will definitely keep a link to it. So Zentangle happened when I was in 2016, and I found a teacher. And yes, it was then I really saw myself as growing as a tangler. It was still not the time to I would not say that I was like passionate about being an artist, or I would say some other time why it didn't happen even at that time. But let me keep it for the second story. This time this whole blog is having so many short stories that I'm not saying, right? I'm not narrating, so it will be a good thing. I'll just keep a small reminder and I'll keep sharing. So, but yes, I would say that a teacher is so important in our life, because she or he helps us to know where we are, or where we are holding ourselves back. So while I was doing my Zentangle, I used to hold myself a lot. I used to, for every now and then, I would feel that I'm doing a lot of mistakes. And mistakes was something so hard for me to accept, especially if it was all about art, painting, and something that I had enjoyed in my childhood or in my school days. But it was so hard for me to draw one single line in that little tile without making a mistake. So that was very hard for me. I could not understand shading. It was so, even though Zentangle is so simple for me, I made Zentangle look very difficult, very impossible for me. So so I just want to say here that Zentangle philosophy of no mistakes had been such an embracing thing for me. I think my whole understanding about Zentangle, the way I created art, completely changed with understanding that there was absolutely no mistakes in Zentangle. So yes, those days I also met Jody, Terry, and other CCTs across the globe. I came in touch with them, and they would always give me a lot of cokes, and keep reminding me of that I shouldn't see any mistakes, so I should see it as an opportunity. And I would say that it took me about 11 months to fully accept creating Zentangle without any mistakes. That is, mistakes were happening. As I was creating, there was something going wrong here, there, my line, or sometimes it is too much ink, or probably it is too much shading. I don't know where to shade also. All these things were going on. I had already created more than 200 of artworks by 11 months of my first Zentangling. So still I was committing a lot of mistakes. But when I embraced the no mistakes philosophy of Zentangle, I think my whole outlook changed. The way I started creating art changed. I started finding my style, my happiness in creating Zentangle, and I was then feeling very much connected to Tangle and Inspire. So that was one of the whole, if you see my sorry if I'm not getting the right word. If you see my title, and if you see my Facebook page and my own my website, it is Tangle and Inspire. So I was inspired to create this name because I was so happy creating Zentangle or Tangle, and we feel the inspiration, and I started feeling within me that I wanted to pass on this inspiration. So that was my second step. I wanted to go ahead with Zentangling. So So with this crux of story, I would really suggest, or I don't want to suggest actually. I just want to say that, we stop ourselves in creating art. We stop ourselves to learn something because we are afraid to commit that mistakes. We are afraid to learn, to know that we are not so enough. We are not as much enough as others. There is probably a little feeling of comparison, or probably the time delay or something or the other. But please, I would say that still don't stop yourself. Listen to your heart and take little by little, stroke by stroke, little time each day to do what you love. If you love something about cooking, please cook. Create something once a week or maybe 4 times a week. Call your friends and have potluck dinners. Share your story. Not just cooking, but share your story with how you actually love doing the cooking and what inspired you. So that you don't stop yourself, and you are also there for others. So we women, or probably men, whoever we are, I don't want to mention gender, because I have seen that it is not all about gender issue. It's all about just not believing that in our hearts, and do what we feel within our heart. And so there is no mistake in Zentangle. If you feel that your lines are not as confident as I am showing in the video, or as Cindy is showing in the video, please do not stop there. Please continue. Please take your pen, start tangling. You don't have to think of next line. You just create art. And take a little time, 10 minutes of drawing, and then you get up and again you sit for 10 minutes and you take a walk, you drink some water, again you sit back. But do as you go. And that is the one thing that I want to share today from my story is embrace no mistakes philosophy of Zentangle. And so guys, please oh sorry, I'm getting so emotional. Let me just take a moment. So guys, thank you so much for commenting. I don't know, because of I don't know how to use YouTube, so probably that was the reason I didn't check the comments properly. But today, as I was reading the comments, I was feeling all very emotional within. Thank you so much that I am inspiring you. Thank you, Cindy, for being having collaboration, this great thing with you. I'm so excited. I still remember the face that I had seen. You're so happy and excited and all that in our Zentangle seminar in 2018. I just can't forget the moments with you. And it was great. I wish we meet again like that. And I'm so glad to come again in touch with you. And thank you so much. If you are not following Cindy and the Tireless Tangler, please do join, follow her on YouTube. She's only active in YouTube and sometimes on Instagram. I don't see her post on Facebook. So please follow her, and she's creating lovely art. She's a wonderful teacher. She's a wonderful artist and a beautiful person within. And do check out her last drawing. I was so happy. I am Her tricks was so excellent. Oh my god. Oh, her tricks and excellent. Yes, they're coming together. Yes, her tangle tricks yesterday was so good. I was so happy to see her version of tricks. So please do check out. I'll put it if you just click on the I button of this video, you can jump into that video, and I will also on the description also I'll post her link. Please take a time and join her. And today we are in the 7th day with Cindy Pilly, and tomorrow probably is the last day that we are going to have with Cindy Pilly. Thank you so much, Cindy, again. Now I know why you get emotional while creating art, and while you talk to your subscribers, to your friends and followers. So yes, I am also a bit like that. I think art is something that it talks about our heart, and it doesn't come from mind. It is completely from heart, isn't it? So be very intuitive, be very happy, and create art. I would love to see your comments here. If you enjoyed this video, if you were able to follow with my bit of story, and if you have something to share of yours, please do share in the comments. I would love to read, and who knows, your stories, I would take it up to my next Zentangle workshop students. I would because that's what I need. I need all my friends or all the students that come into my class to embrace this beautiful philosophy of Zentangle and creating art. So I love to share stories, and your story I'll definitely take. The best ones I'll surely take. So please do share why you came into Zentangle, or why you, not just Zentangle, but why are you creating art, or why did you take up some craft or lessons or something, either it is piano lessons or music or ukulele or whatever things that you are doing. Please do share why did you do it and how it has helped you. And thank you so much once again. Oh, I have talked today for 31 minutes. No, I think I'm going more. So let me just stop here for today. Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. See ya.